Hey everyone! Welcome back. I am back today with more Moon Knight, you guys. Oh my goodness, the last one was so good and so intense, and it's amazing how we get so much information, yet still there's so much left that I'm just like, I really just don't know. And I can't really predict where any of it's going because I felt this a lot last episode that, like, I don't know who to trust or who to believe, you know? Like, are we really fighting on, like, the good side? Or, like, I don't think that what the other side is perpetuating is necessarily good either, but it's, like, feels very gray area. I really honestly don't know. So I really enjoyed it. I had such a blast with it, and I cannot wait to see more. After this episode, we will be, I think, about halfway through this series, which is really, really just awesome and unbelievable. But it already feels like we've covered so much just for 2 episodes. So I will just kind of briefly share with you where I'm at as we head into this 3rd episode. And just kind of briefly recap. But first off, I do just want to say, if you were joining me early today, you know just what that means. It means that you are one of my awesome patrons. Thank you so much. And as always, I'm sending you up those big old hugs right through that screen. And if not, still thank you for joining me today. I'm glad you're here. I do hope you'll consider supporting me that way. The link to my Patreon is going to be in that description down below. And if you are joining me on those YouTubes, I hope you'll hit like and subscribe for me. Thank you so much for that. So yeah, guys, I think last time really helped me to understand a little bit better, just like the kind of, really intense, like, pain and suffering that both Mark and Steven are going through. You know, we didn't really know much about Mark up to this point. And to kind of learn a little bit about his life and just a really brief description of, like, kind of how he got the powers, why he's here, why he's trying to do what he's trying to do. And then there's something about that last scene where they're just talking. It just, I don't know, it just really, really, really hit home, drove home that, like, neither one of them is in a really great situation here, you know? I don't know the details of, like, who came first or what's what, or, you know, certainly we can infer little things about, you know, the situation depending on, not depending on, but going by the fact that Layla, like, has no awareness of Steven or anything like that. But it still just kind of drives home that, like, Mark was in a terrible situation and clearly still cares very, very much for Layla and is kind of trying to force this distance with her because of something inside him that wants to kind of devour her in the way that it's done with him. And then we have Steven, who's also, like, just, how can you not love Steven? But kind of having to watch this whole thing play out and having very limited control over how it goes. And now that control is even more limited to the point where, like, having to see him on the inside and hear the description of it is just really, it's really heartbreaking to think of, like, what both of them feel when they're not in control, and, just kind of having to be in this, like, forced servitude to Konshu, not really knowing, like, I mean, even Konshu's kind of like, yeah, sure, you could be done with it if you want, because I already got my sights set on somebody you might know, and it's like, oh, great, so, like, you might really never achieve peace and freedom unless you do it at the expense of the person you love, so, like, it just kind of drives home the tragedy of it, you know? Certainly the situation between the two of them, Mark and Steven, is very, seems like there's a lot of probably pain and confusion there. And just the overall situation with Konshu is also a very difficult one. And again, like, I look at Konshu and I'm like, I don't really know, you know, certainly Konshu's been very entertaining, but I don't really know, like, to what extent there is a lot of, like, moral good going on here on either side. Because clearly, like, I think those were some great points that were brought up about Ami. And I was kind of thinking the same thing, that, like, yeah, but there's like no potential. The potential of the person is not factored in there. Like, what if somebody didn't go down the wrong path and end up doing something terrible, you know? It's a very extreme way of trying to deal with evil in the world. But I don't know if Konshu is like all good either. I don't know. Like in that scene where like they're going back and then Konshu's like talking to him and the guys, I'm like, honestly, I don't really super trust either of you right now. So there it is. So yeah, Layla was pretty awesome. I can't wait to see where it's all going. And I have a feeling we're just going to be just along for the ride for it, you know? Like, nothing's going to be laid out probably in depth. It's all going to be, like, kind of putting together pieces of a puzzle. Yeah, so now we woke up and we're in a totally different place, totally different land, going after Amit before bad guys can get to Amit. So without further ado, what do you say we just go ahead and jump right into the next episode of Moon Knight? Let's go.
No, he's probably going to get himself killed running around Cairo.
Oh, are we doing a passport?
Take them off the black market. And
Got it.
return them to their rightful owners.
Okay, so that's what they were doing. So they make...
I wonder what your father would think of his little scarab now.
We'll never know. I can't believe he let you teach.
You think his dig sites were any place for a child?
Okay, so...
One big...
Great.
Killed him? We need to talk to that guy. About a dig site. Guess I'm gonna have to talk to you instead.
You're the
Oh.
Oh, wow.
We fighting? What are we gonna do?
Maybe a little both? He is so cool! Oh!
Mark!
Oh!
Don't do it, Mark.
Oh, he doesn't want him to kill. No, this is not a good time for Steven. Now it's reverse.
Just let us go, man. That wasn't me. Let me talk to you for a second.
Now we're totally reverse. That's so interesting. I love how we completely flipped. Now he's the one losing time too. That must be how it always feels though.
Where's Hero? Tell me. Mark. Mark. That's enough.
Don't do it. Oh! Crap. That... And now he's gonna be Steven again? Wait, what?
Oh, God. Steven, what did you do? I swear it wasn't me. Then who was it?
What?
Take
Was
him
it-
to the ledge.
He's just a kid.
He'll talk.
Oh, man. Even Mark not on board with some of the stuff we have to do, ethically speaking.
Where's Harold?
Praise Amit.
Oh, no! Wow. Mark didn't sign up for this. Oh, my God.
What the hell's wrong with you, Steven? Me? You're the one going on a killing spree. I didn't do any of this. Me neither. Listen, if you've got a problem with the body count... What about the other gods? Are they just gonna stand by and allow somebody to unleash Amit?
To signal for an audience with the gods is to risk their wrath.
What? Well, what's the worst that could happen?
What are you doing?
sending the gods a signal they can't ignore.
It's sending them the moon signal. Showing them that we're turning day to night.
I can't believe it. Oh my days, we're inside. We're inside the great cave of the geese.
Fanboying! This is like the best for him.
Who are you?
I'm Jatsil, avatar of Hathor,
Okay.
Okay.
goddess of music and love.
Oh, this is
Surely
nice.
Konshu. She says it was not so long ago Konshu enjoyed Hathor's melodies.
Well, as far as I know, the only melody Konshu enjoys is the sound of pain.
Yahtzee.
Oh, I see. Konshu's probably really bitter after having been banished.
You've been banished once for nearly exposing us, Konshu. And you know we
Okay.
despise your garishness.
That's
Your
why
showy
he was
masks and
banished.
weapons. Manipulate the sky again, and we will imprison you in stone. Spare me your self-righteous threats! I was banished for not abandoning humanity unlike the rest of you.
We have not abandoned humanity. They abandoned us. We simply trust our
That's
avatars to carry out our purpose.
We
Okay.
decided long ago
They don't
we did
intervene.
not wish to meddle in the affairs of man.
But Konshu wants to help.
Conspiracy to release Amit! That is a heavy accusation, Konshu. Let us summon the
It's
accused.
true. He was there already, or they just brought him there?
Do you not seek to release Amit from her tomb?
I was in the desert, but if visiting the sands where crime, the line of sinners would be
Stop!
longer than the Nile,
They have people with the thing!
and his servant unwell.
How do you mean?
Oh.
This is a man who literally does not know his own name. He has a marriage certificate
Don't.
with the name Mark Speck. I've seen him speak to himself.
Shut up!
Threaten himself.
Don't do that. Don't
I have no
don't
idea
bring
how
this
many
into.
personalities he must possess. The man is clearly insane.
Oh no.
Take action now before it's too late.
If they have avatars and can observe, can they not see all the like followers
Let us
of
speak to
Ahmed that
one,
he's
Spectre.
assembled? Okay. Yes.
Are you unwell?
That's not the point.
I'm unwell.
But tell them what you've seen.
I need help. But that doesn't change the fact that this man is...
Right.
He has committed no offense.
Do they not
Nothing is
know?
concluded.
Oh god. Like seriously, just keep an eye on him for like a little bit and you'll see the people with the tattoos. You'll see what he's doing with his tattoo. You'll see the digging. Oh, for heaven's sake. And he dragged in all of the personal issues as a way of, honestly, you know, who's exploiting now the fact that he would bring that up as a way of getting control of the situation.
Find Sempu's
Okay.
sarcophagus and you'll find your tomb.
Okay, how am I supposed to do that?
His sarcophagus was stolen and sold on the black market. You might want to start there.
Well, didn't they get things? He's like, oh, you don't say. It just so happens my old profession was going and taking things off the black market.
I'm looking for Senfu's sarcophagus.
Sinful?
Yep. Oh, we're just gonna back away.
Like attention. Right guy, right place, bud.
So what exactly are we gonna do here? What's the plan?
Oh. It's not pleasant being left in the dark, is it?
You should talk to her.
I'm here for me and for everyone else who would die if Harrow succeeds.
Copy that.
Understood.
I'm sorry. For whatever that's worth.
So this Mogart guy, is he,
You could have told me. You know, what it's been like for you. About Stephen.
Okay, so he just hid it? That must have been
worth, I had it under control
hard to
until
hide.
very recently.
Okay.
What happened?
That's not really what I do, is it? I've never really been able to just talk about everything.
Anything real.
He's kind of closed off.
Doesn't mean that we shouldn't have.
Yeah. Maybe. A little too late for that now, though.
It's really hard on both of them. It's hard on her to like be in the dark about it. It's hard on him to have had to keep that a secret from her. That's why I wasn't sure like if he had been dealing with it at that time. Because it seems like, but it sounds like it was the occurrences of going back and forth were much less prevalent when they were together.
Yeah.
Why such interest in Senfu in particular?
Oh, actually, our purchases.
Sorry, I'd like to hear from your husband.
Okay.
Stephen out before you blow this.
Not a chance. All right, what do you see?
Steven's definitely more personable and also knows a lot.
He just needs a couple of minutes in there alone.
By himself. They need to work together.
Okay, what do I do?
We'll take that first piece and fold it over the middle piece.
This one?
Yes, that one.
This is incredible how like they're both in there, but one has the knowledge
Now, if you match
and the other
those
doesn't.
stars up with the other piece over there and put it all together, it should make a star shape.
Hey, what are you doing?
Oh! Whoa! 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 Everyone be cool. Everyone be cool.
Do you really think I'm an idiot?
Crap.
Get on your knees.
Anton, stop!
Get on your knees! I was so ready to make peace with you.
You don't understand.
Oh,
We're trying to
no.
save many lives.
Hey, pal. Take a look inside the sarcophagus.
Yeah.
That's interesting. It appears we have a concerned third party, yeah?
Oh no. Don't tell me!
I can offer you something much more tangible. Why settle for a clue when you can have the treasure?
Anton,
Crap.
listen to this man.
You keep thinking that distance will prevent the wounds from your father's murder from reopening, but something stands in your way. Your husband doesn't tell you the truth. And Mark,
Oh,
you don't
wait.
tell her because you know that if you do, she'll see you exactly as you see yourself, as unworthy of
Don't
love.
tell me that the dad was one of the archaeologists that...
Give them what they deserve.
He's not so down with that.
Yes, I do.
Oh no. Oh gosh, this is gonna get so ugly.
What are you waiting for?
He doesn't want to have to reveal that, I think, in front of the wife. He can also just probably hurt a bunch of people.
It's just a taste of the godly power I offer.
Whoa.
He's gone. Where is he?
He's out of there. Oh, and he's got the suit. He's got the suit. Whoa. He's having a weird day, isn't he? Oh, man. He's gonna have to come in and just lay waste. Oh! He's gonna protect her with the armor.
Some time.
I could do that.
Nice! We're gonna get to really see him in action now. Yeah, I don't think so. I don't... Oh, man, that moon is, woo! We're gonna need to wipe that thing down. Dang it. Oh! She's no stranger to danger, though. This is her profession.
Give me the body mark.
Oh! Oh.
Sorry.
He's back in the suit! Sorry. Everyone, let's all calm.
Let's all just like chill the F out and talk for
Chill the F out. Oh, yeah, that's, you got the body. You got it. You got it. So his armor isn't as strong either. That's interesting. Yeah, she says she's gonna be able to hold her own here. Yeah. Whoa. Is he Steven again? Or Mark? I think he's still Mark, yeah. Whoa. Oh, you want some of this? You want some of this, do you now? Just don't hurt the horse. Oh. Here he goes. Okay.
Do you have it?
We need a car.
Cool.
Yeah, come on.
Tick
All right.
Mark Spector. Tick tock.
Oh, he's like, I got my eye on this very excellent candidate.
What was Harold talking about?
What do you mean?
He said I had a right to know.
I think he did something to the dad.
You know, he's got this idea that he can see true nature of people. Some baloney like that. If that were true, I don't think he'd have a bunch of homicidal maniacs as his disciples, would he?
So it's not true?
No.
No, it's not true. Of course not. No, he's just trying to divide us. Don't let him get in your head.
Every time I learn something new about you, I think that's it. There can't possibly be any secrets left between us.
There's a lot. There's a lot.
Something else pops up, and it's like I've not known you at all.
Yeah. You haven't.
Oh, he's trying to push her away. He's trying to push. He's like, yeah, go with that feeling because I want you to stay away because I don't want you to get hurt because of me. And also, I think that something happened, and he's terrified that she'll find out.
We need Steven.
I think maybe we need to let Steven out for a bit.
All of this. We can't wait. It's okay. Just
They really need to learn to work together. I feel like he's fighting. I feel like they're both fighting against each other. He needs the mirror. He doesn't want to do it in front of her. Oh. I think he's really scared to let anyone in.
Go ahead, you're in.
That is It's like watching a different person. That's crazy. I mean, like, just his acting is like out of this world. It really looked like a different person just took over his body.
There's not a lot of landmarks in the desert. So they came up with a way to get about using the sun and the stars. It's bloody genius, isn't it? Et voila.
Oh. It's French, in case you didn't know. Steven, you're so cute.
And stars drift over time. Not much as far as stars go, but it can mean the difference between us searching miles and miles away from where we're supposed to be looking. So
okay, so what do we do?
Exactly what the sky looked like on that date.
Well,
I remember that night.
Oh, fortunately, we have someone who would remember.
Every night.
Oh, I think Konshu's a little lonely. We know he had friends, and then he was banished for like taking an interest in humans. It's kind of a sad story as well. I wasn't sure what to make of him at first, but are we going to show what the sky looked like?
Konshu?
He's not supposed to take control of the sky.
Turn back the night sky.
How?
Won't he get in trouble though?
At a cost, and I cannot do it alone.
Okay. Because last time we did some of the sky, they said they were going to put him in stone. Whoa, this is going to be... Oh, wow. We're just turning the earth. Don't mind us. We're just turning the earth right now. Oh, I'm starting to get a little bit queasy. Oh, my. Whoa. Yeah, nothing to see here. Just to the earth. Oh. Oh, no, of course it's because everyone's seeing it, so of course he's going to see it too.
Discipline yourself, Konshu.
Because they're going to imprison him. Oh, man. See, Konshu doesn't care about calling a lot of attention if it means getting the job done. And also just seems to be a very kind of boisterous individual in general. And so, you know, I'm just kind of like have to crack up at the fact that, like, here the gods are going to imprison him yet. I mean, I know that the guy came in and made a good sounding case for the fact that he wasn't really trying to resurrect Ami, but still, like, would have been nice to have some help. Well, that one god did help. But he's not going to have Konshu anymore. He's not going to be Moon Knight.
Mark!
Can he hear us? We think so, yes.
I would not trust this individual around him. He clearly has some bad blood.
I enjoyed dealing out pain on your behalf. That is the greatest sin I carry.
Oh.
Had you not broken me so completely, I might never have known the value of healing.
Oh, no. See, I just feel like he's just going to snap him in half, is what I feel like he's just going to snap him in half.
I'm going to do what you could not. And when it's finished, I want you to remember one thing. Your torment forged me. I owe my victory to you.
Oh, like this one's for you. Oh, no! We view, like, I'm learning a lot. I'm learning a lot just from watching the show about what it must be like to have to operate with different people taking different roles. And it's amazing to me how you have a situation here where we have Steven, who has this wealth of knowledge that Mark does not have access to. I find that really, really interesting. I really am learning a lot, I gotta say. But that was such a good episode. That was so good. So we get, it's very interesting here to watch Mark. We've completely flipped it where Mark is now the one we're following, and we're losing time as Mark and kind of coming into whatever Steven has done. I have no idea what happened in those like first couple of scenes where we just like, we come in and there's a bloody knife and there's Steven's been in charge. I'm like, whoa, like I would expect that taking over from Mark. I don't know what happened. He was like, it wasn't me, I swear. I have no idea what transpired there, or if they intend to tell us, if that's going to be important later on. I don't know. I just know that I'm like, it's very disorienting. And it really does put you in the place of, you know, whoever's in control at that time having to kind of come in and figure out what's been going on. Can we talk about, okay, is his name Arrow or Hera? Because it sounds different each time I hear it, but the bad guy. And you know, it's funny we should say that, because I do feel like a lot of the point of the show is like, what does that mean, good and bad, you know? What does it really mean? Because if you draw up a picture of good or evil in your head, you could probably, there's probably a very cut and dry, high level perspective way of looking at it. But if you really break it down, like, what does it mean? What does it mean to take someone who's going to do something bad when they're 50 at age 5 or 10, you know? Like, what is good and bad, really? Because, like, I think it's very interesting that they should operate in so many gray areas on this show. And even our main bad guy is a good example of, like, kind of, it seems, and I don't know how much of this is true, but it would seem that so much of the influence that has driven him to act in such an extreme way was because of being the avatar of Konshu for so long, or however long. Konshu does not Konshu seems very sure in what he's doing, you know? And it does seem like a lot of that involves some uncomfortable level of, you know, justice. You know, the scene with the teenager was a good example, you know. Does not seem to consider a lot of those in-between details. Just, and again, you know, I'm sure that wanting to participate in human affairs comes out of some kind of positive wanting to help in some way. You know, he sees that what the other gods have done is like abandoning humanity. But at the same time, like, even Mark, when Mark is in control, is like, I don't feel good about this. A lot of the things that Konshu wants him to do. Konshu seems to consume avatars. And I know that that's a big part of why Mark does not want him going after Layla. Does not seem to have turned out well with Amit guy. I think it's Harrow. I really need to, if I saw it spelled out, it just sounds different like every time somebody says it. That's my stomach. I'm so sorry. My stomach's telling me that I need a snack. What was I saying? I got distracted by my own hunger. Oh, I think I was just saying how, Konshu does not seem like really good or bad either, just kind of somewhat in between, you know, and like is willing to do something as self-sacrificial as change the sky again and end up imprisoned in order to, you know, help in this situation. So I think it really pushes the boundaries of like what we consider to be good or bad. You know what I mean? And even just dealing with, you know, something that we often see portrayed in media as something that would have a very negative connotation. You know, this idea of multiple personalities inhabiting one person. Kind of taking that concept and really fleshing it out a lot more than I think I have ever seen it portrayed in any kind of media. I'm trying to think now. Like all the times I see it, you know, you always kind of see it with like this, again, kind of like negative connotation on it, that like it must make the person do bad things or something like that. And we see here that's really not the whole picture. That's not always the case. So I feel like it's kind of challenging how we see things. And I think that's really interesting. So we do learn a little bit about Layla in this one. And there's this, again, it's all just like really quick when they do something, but I'm like, oh crap, I think that's going to be important later. He mentioned something about her father being murdered and him not wanting to, I don't know if he was the one who did it or if he just has more info on it or if it has any connection to like anything they've mentioned before, like the execution style murder of the archaeologist. I don't know. Like, I don't really have a grasp on a lot of the details at this point, but I like there's, oh man, that would be awful if that was the case, if it was him that did it, or at the very least, he seems to have more knowledge on it than she does. And his not. So it's very interesting to me that like Mark is very closed off. And even with like, I thought that maybe he developed Steven after they had been married, but it seems that Mark and Steven have both been around for a very, very long time. I honestly don't know the origin or the details or anything, but it's something that he actively hid from her, which had to be really, really hard on both of them. For her to come in and like we see her say in this episode, like, I feel like I don't even know you. That's tough on her being someone so close to him, and it's tough on him having to like hide such a big part of himself. The way that they are fighting, you know, Mark and Steven are fighting each other, I think is a very fascinating look at how he treats himself. You know what I mean? I don't know if I'm describing it well, but I think you see where I'm going, that like, it doesn't, the way that he kind of doesn't let people in, and the way that he's fighting himself, I feel like could be seen as a reflection, no pun intended, of how he views himself, you know? I don't know, maybe I'm reaching a little bit too much with that one, but that's just kind of how it seemed to me. It is a fascinating series. If you look at it completely on the surface for like how cool the action is, the story, the adventure, it checks all the boxes. But I think it's looking beneath the surface and really like kind of dissecting everything that they've put before us here about the way that this works between Mark and Steven and the people around them. That I think is like really honestly some of the most interesting stuff on the show. And then we have Konshu in there too. Can we have another round of applause for Oscar Isaac for bringing in a third person that he's playing, and just, I mean, it is incredible to me how his face shows me when someone else is and that's just all the actor. That's incredible. That is truly incredible. This man better win some awards, I'll tell you, because it really, really is just, I mean, the last time I saw something that even came close to this was Kamen Rider Den-O. If you've seen Kamen Rider Den-O, you know what I mean. But if you haven't, then just take my word for it that, you know, the acting, the constant switching in and out of like a different person and character is just so impressive to me. So, all right, guys. Yeah, I think it's going to get a lot worse before it gets better, but I'm really, really invested in seeing where it's going and how it's going to get there. So, I hope you enjoyed watching along with me. I really am having a blast with the show. I'm so, so, so glad that I checked it out. A lot of you guys heavily recommended it, and I thank you for that. So, thank you so much for joining me today. Please, please be sure to join me next time. I know this is only going to get more intense, more interesting, more just hectic and terrifying and wonderful and all of the above before we get any kind of resolution. So I will need your help. Please be sure to join me next time. We will watch it together. Bye for now, guys.